السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين آمين. والحمد لله رب العالمين. In the Quran, there are many examples that the sceneries described look like extraordinary, not what we are accustomed with. Always miraculous things happen to people, and as if the Quran sounds that God can do anything he wants. Always extraordinary things. Extraordinary, what I mean by ordinary, so that we can understand extraordinary. The way we are accustomed with the creation as it is in the world, as we experience this world. Of course, Quran should be read as a source claims that it is the word of God, not by the reader, it is the word of God. Claims that it is the word of God. So the reader must read it and at the end develop his confidence in it that yes, this claim is really true. For this, human beings are expected to experience within the conditions of their own life. But what we experience in this world is just what we call it ordinary things, routine things. We don't experience extraordinary things. How can we confirm the news? It narrates us that extraordinary things are happening under the command of God. But on the other hand, when we look at the order of the universe, our mind and then heart get satisfied that this order can by itself. We are not going to study that or discuss this aspect. We say, okay, cannot happen by itself. Very rare people say, no, it's happening by itself, but we don't take notes of it because their arguments have no base, really, rational, provable base. So we don't take them seriously at this stage. Our purpose of today's class is not that. So we are experiencing extraordinary, as we call it ordinary, as we are used to, and we can predict. We can do projections for the future as a result of our experience of the world, simply because the order does not change as we experience it. Within the order, there are things happening not bound by certain laws. For example, human free will. We can choose here and there. No one can guess what you are going to do 5 minutes later. So the animal activities also seem to be deriving from free choice as far as their capacities are concerned. We cannot guess which direction the bird is going to fly or which worm the bird which is going to catch. We don't know whether it will see it or it won't see it. You cannot guarantee. Apart from this aspect of the creation, the rest seems to be a settled principles or laws. But the Quran says, no, I can interfere as the establisher of the order and do whatever I want. Extraordinary, we call them, or in a religious terminology, they call them miracles of God. We accept that the miracles can only be realized by the order of the universe. Is it possible? If you listen to the Quran, it says, yes, I did it, I will do it, but I didn't see any of them. Okay, I do it. I do it, even if you don't see it. But as the reader of the Quran, I've never seen any extraordinary things happening. Yeah, have you seen any of you? But the history narrates something. Well, I don't know how much I can trust in history. And does history really bind me? It is doubtful. At least it is a matter of confidence or trust the narrators rather than my own personal experience. So I disregard it because it is not out of my personal experience. I'm not saying no or yes to the narrators, but at the same time, they cannot be evidence for my conviction, for my proof. How can I solve this, if you like, reconcile this dilemma? From one aspect, order is in front of me, I am experiencing. From another aspect, Quran says, I am the owner of this order and I can change everything anytime I want. How can I confirm this news? Most of the people don't confirm it. They say this is just a story in order to intimate the reader and make them submit themselves to the belief that they are convinced about, that the universe is an owner. Yeah, but he can change it, but I don't know. I've never experienced anything so that he is changing it in front of my eyes as I experience it. I've never seen any miracle.
What's your thoughts? What's that? What's your thoughts? Dr. Murmur? Yes. Yeah.
So I am puzzled. Normally, everybody should feel puzzled. No one should take for granted that, okay, yes, I really confirm this news. No, I can't. But if any of you said that I've seen a miracle and confirm it, yes, you go ahead. How are we going to reconcile this problem of the claim of the Quran and what my physical, real experience in this world. Problem is not or doesn't lie in belief in miracles that narrated in the Quran or narrated from the prophetic life or lives of the prophets. No, it's not a big deal. Because the main problem needs to be solved lies in the understanding, perception of the existence of the universe. Like any of the serious matters really lies in one's perception of the existence of the universe. How are we going to understand the reality of the existence of this universe, including myself, of course, as a result? Ultimately, it concerns me. I'm not really very much concerned with the stars or the galaxies, what will happen to them. Even one galaxy collapse, after it comes to my life, until it comes to my life, thousands of millions of years will pass. Don't worry about it. You understand that so far. So I am concerned with myself. In order to solve my problem, okay, don't hide it. You can sit there, comfortable, take a chair. Yeah, take your chair there. Okay. Now, let's start the scenario with an example. I am an old man. Yeah, I admit that. I'm not hiding, even it is not appropriate to ask people's age, but you can ask me, I can tell you, I'm 70 years old. So, yeah, really an elderly, and they give me even a senior citizen card. So I'm using the senior citizen card. It is good, to pay half price for the fares of my subway and public transportation. So I'm happy with it. So if I prepare a packet that I'm going to go on a journey, and there are multiple items that I have to take with me, so I put this one and the other one and the other one, and to arrange it in a nice way that in my long journey, I will have everything, but at the same time, I need space. How long does it take? 2 hours, 3 hours, if I'm prepared. If I'm not prepared, longer than this. Okay, if a young gentleman is doing it, how long does it take?
Half the time.
Half the time, yeah. There are some experts, but they announce that they can organize your garage. They can organize your, for example, garbage. They can take them away. They are expert, to organize. Not like me. It takes me weeks to organize my garage, but for expert people, it takes half a day. So let's say that a person is specialized in preparing the package. So it says, what do you want to take with you? Pull all of them, pile them up here, all of them. Okay. They look a lot, but what he does in a luggage, puts it in half an hour or 15 minutes. Good. Because he's an expert. What's going on here? The more somebody is energetic, dynamic, to do the same job takes less time, right? It's simple. It's nothing magical here. Or let's see that a package is going to be prepared. A really fast man and really expert, as if sometimes you watch the films with fast forward. What's happened? In 1 minute you see half an hour like that, like this one. It takes 5 minutes for it, right? To prepare the package. Very quick. Now, according to the capacity of the agent, the action is taking place. Be careful here. Nothing is secret. No magical things I'm talking about. That's how our life experience is all about. Right? Are you with me now? It's very simple because I'm going to ask you a very interesting question. The speed of doing the action is, how do you say, not contrary, but there's a mathematical term for it. Proportion? No, not
Proportional?
proportionate to the time. So not opposite. I don't know the terminology. Opposite proportion. They call it what?
Inverse.
Converse. Inverse. Inverse proportionate. Am I right?
Inversely proportional or proportional?
No, not inverse the proportion. Proportional. More talented, more powerful. No, inversely.
Yes.
Less time. Inverse the proportion. Less time. Okay. I'm sure you all know, because I love two terminology in mathematics. Two of them. I love them. They are beautiful examples. One is zero, the other one is infinite. Yeah. But I'm not busy. I am not happy with numbers. I don't care about numbers. So the numbers vary. But zero and infinite don't vary. It's interesting. So if we are supposed to understand a reality which is not subject to numbers, we have to either use zero or infinite in order to understand the reality of this creation, this action. How the things are taking place. When I look at it, I can use either zero, depending on which perspective you are looking at the matter. For example, in order to be able to bring something which does not exist into existence, my power is which one?
Zero.
Zero. Do you understand? I can't. What about it? I cannot bring anything into existence which did not exist before. Yeah, I can change the place. I can use what is already existing out there, utilize them, combine them, or make them disordered, scattered, etc. Especially, I'm very good at scattering, so everything is messy. But bringing into existence is absolutely impossible for me. Do you think you can bring something into existence out of nothing? They call it ex nihilo. Yeah. No, zero. It's a good example, isn't it? It is worth understanding what the function of zero is. On the other hand, let's say infinite. As far as the one who gave existence to this universe, which did not exist before. Did today exist before? Did today was in existence yesterday? No. In order to bring into existence today, one's capacity should be which one? 1 million? Which one? Speak? Infinite. In order to bring into existence. So infinite means no bound, no limit. Okay? Let's assume that because we are supposed to assume here in this world, because there is no such thing that we can do. It is an example. Take it as an example. So let's assume that a one which has absolute power, knowledge, talent is preparing our packet. Absolute power. Be careful. Absolute power. In fact, it means, I mean, in worldly or within the universe, we call it, in the mathematicians call it infinite. But I'm saying not infinite, absolute. Not within the capacity of the universe, even beyond. Absolute represents beyond. Infinite represents what you cannot count within the universe. Okay? So a person or a thing, whatever it is, assume that we can only assume it because we cannot experience it. Because there is no infinite within the universe, we cannot experience it. So the infinite is preparing the package. Very, very simple, but very essential. I try to make it as simple as possible to understand this very complicated matter. Philosophically very complicated matter. Infinite power and talent prepares the packet within how many seconds?
Well, I don't.
Anyone? I know. We are going to say something.
Not even count.
New ones. No.
Zero second.
Excellent. That's human, isn't it? You don't have to experience logic. You are a human being. 0 seconds. Okay. Let's make the example a little bit more complicated. Not a package for a journey. This one, whatever it is preparing a package which has not as my baggage or luggage will contain 50 items, but 50 million items. Right? The number is big, isn't it? For the infinite capacity, how long does it take to prepare the luggage?
Still zero.
Still 0. Come on, man. You are very prejudiced. You cannot change your mind. What? Not 50 million, I said? Quadrillion, trillion, 10 to something millions or 10 to power million. Still, infinite power acts in an 0 time. What does it mean? Think about it. What does it mean logically, not experientially? Not experience means you can physically see somebody doing that. No, because why? Why? We cannot experientially see it or witness it because there is no infinite within the universe. There is no absolute within the universe. So we cannot expect that somebody will come from another galaxy and demonstrate it to us, because even it comes from the galaxy, still it is a part of this universe and subject to certain laws. It must have a certain speed in order to come here. That is subject to the principles of order of this universe. So it must be an absolute one, isn't it? So that's why we cannot experience it, but logically we can. We can be sure too. Yeah? So the content of the package, okay? How big it is, does not matter as far as the one who is infinite, absolute capacity to bring into existence something. So, existence of something, right? I can remind something. You cannot imagine that we are studying chapter field. Yeah? There's a problem here. I'm just tying up to our main subject. While we are studying the chapter field of the Quran, why we are dealing with this kind of matters? That as if we are, someone may think that we wanted to join a commentary on the Quran class, and this old guy speaks about something logical, at least mathematical. No. It's logical. That's it. I mean, it doesn't have to be mathematical things. So logically consistent or not, that's my concern. So that I will come to a conclusion, logically consistent, so that I will be satisfied with it. That is called, if you are satisfied with something, you are certain about the truthfulness of it. How is it called? Anyone?
Belief.
Yeah, that's what belief is. You got to be satisfied so that you will be confirming it. It becomes your belief. You cannot imitate belief. You cannot copy-paste belief. Somebody said, I believe that person. Practical life, you can trust somebody, but still you can take precautions. You never know, the person may go mad, But especially the word which is used in the Quran, translated iman, translated into English as belief, what we can use something else, faith, whatever, doesn't matter. Translation is not important, needs certainty. Certainty can only happen first, logically convinced and logically consistent. The second, your human feelings will be satisfied with the result so that you will feel comfortable about it. That's what the word of the Quran, iman, comes from security, confidence, serenity, no hesitation within yourself. So I'm absolutely sure about this conclusion. So this chapter says an elephant is beaten up by bird. Well, come on. Elephant, an army of elephant, is beaten up or defeated by army of birds. Why? The narrator in the Quran says or claims that I am the creator of this universe, I can make it. Oh, what does it mean? I am the creator of this universe, I can make it. But how can I trust this? So I see that there is no evidence in the universe that less powerful ones are defeating the more powerful ones physically, because there's a physical destruction told in this example, and Quran is full of this kind of narrations. How can we confirm it? So we have to understand that, can I really have confidence in this narration in the Quran that the owner of the universe can do it? The one who created the universe must be able to do it, but I am not experiencing. I must experience something so that I can confirm it. But logically, I understand that at the same time, Quran claims that. Another thing, it's a strengthening. The wording of the Quran is important in order to understand the real purpose of the statement or the sentence of the Quran. The wording is very important. So the wording of the Quran says, if I will a thing. Now don't forget our example first, okay? So this packaging example and infinite power, preparing any kind of package, how complicated it is, doesn't matter, takes zero time. It means timeless, right? That is one example, one aspect of the matter. Now, let's come to the claim of the Quran. The claim of the Quran says, if the creator, because the Quran says, I am the word, the speech of the creator, if the creator wills anything, إنما إذا أراد شيئا, that's those people who are familiar with Arabic, شيئا means which is not the particular thing, anything. Maybe a very simple one, let's call it an atom, or maybe a galaxy, anything, shay'an, that's a very important word. If the creator says, if I will to give existence to a thing, it is a matter of be and it is. Now, it is not unique to the Quran, by the way. Other scriptures also says God's will is endless. Okay, that's a common narration among the monotheistic religions. So let's say start. Atom is a thing, isn't it? Yeah. How about the earth? I'm fast forwarding. It's a thing. Earth is a, for example, myself is a thing. My hand is a thing. My whole body is a thing. A thing. So Quran claims that the owner of this universe, the creator of this universe, creates everything equally. Equally what means? There is no complicated, there is no big, there is no small, there is no simple, there is no sophisticated difference. Yes, heavy, light, no. Anything. Do you understand this? The vocabulary of the Quran is very fine, but not every Quranic word we study in this Quran go into the very fine points, but this one is very important. So, regardless of the amount of the quality, quantity, or the other attributes like heavy, complicated, simple, big, small, for me, they are all the same. Now, come back to our example of package. Whether the infinite power, who is going to create, not like me, get the things together. No, give existence to something which did not exist. Don't forget this expression. It's very crucial. Create means not creating out of nothing. Nothing doesn't exist. Yes. So this vocabulary you might have heard of ex nihilo. Have you heard of? Who heard of ex nihilo? No, from nothing. Why don't you say? I heard of. So ex nihilo is a wrong expression, right? It's a wrong thought, or how to say thinking. nihilo doesn't exist. So then ex nihilo from that which does not exist, then bringing something out of it and bringing into existence logically doesn't work. Do you understand that? So you can claim your philosophy teacher. So no, ex nihilo is not correct. So instead, of course, people in our practical language, we say God creates everything out of nothing. It is the version of this Greek mentality. It is wrong. But instead, we use the one who gives existence to something, gives existing anything which did not exist. Right? So the existence is coming from is not coming from non-existence. Existence is given directly with no cause, no reason, by the one who brings existence. It means in order to be able to create, one has to have absolute quality. For the absolute quality, the content of the package doesn't make any difference. Right? Now, we practically cannot do anything like that because we have no absolute quality. We are just dependent. So we are subject to change. We have to follow the principles in order. So we cannot make an example out of our practical actions. So, but logically, that's very important. Again, logically, I understand that in order to be stage one, logic is stage one, in order to be able to bring things into existence, one has to have absolute power. So, stage two of reasoning. If something brings existence, if a thing brings into existence, no, the language is correct. It's not correct. If an agent brings something into existence,
I was going to say gives existence.
okay, give existence, brings into existence. Now, it's correct now. Logically, okay. Then it must have absolute quality. By definition, logically. Yes, logically. If someone has absolute quality for this agent, whatever it is, we don't know, but logically, we are talking logically, if something has absolute qualities for that thing, any kind of thing is equal, either bringing one atom into existence or one galaxy into existence, very simple ones, very sophisticated ones, they are all equal. And bringing into existence does not take time. Zero. Zero means it's good, isn't it? To use zero and infinite is very important. We have to know how to use them, utilize them for our logical reasoning, the path of reasoning. So, zero time. For the infinite, to give existence to something takes zero time, right? Content of the thing which is coming into existence or which is brought into existence does not affect the absolute. Now, let's think. Are we okay so far? Okay.
I'm having a little trouble coming to the conclusion that for an agent to bring something into existence, which we concluded to be absolute, right?
No, necessarily must be absolute,
Must be absolute.
logically.
Mhm.
Yes. Because in order to bring something into existence,
Mhm.
the agent must have absolute quality, otherwise impossible. Yeah. Okay.
It takes zero time.
No, instant. It means no time.
How
Will is enough
are we concluding that?
because the logically consistent here. The universe exists. So it needs an agent to bring it into existence.
Mhm.
By definition, whatever it is, whether you call it whatever you call it, doesn't matter. This agent gave existence to the universe must have absolute power, logically. If the agent must have absolute power, whatever it does, the content of the act doesn't matter
For the agent, I'm
for the agent.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
logically, right? Are we okay now? Now, what are we thinking? Are we looking at what is? I don't know. What do you look at it? Maybe let's be more natural. I'm looking at a garden and trying to understand the agent of existence of this garden. Yeah, it is continuously renewed and it exists. The one who brought into existence of this garden must have absolute quality. So even if you look at one atom, or if you look at a galaxy, do you think this logical conclusion will be shaken because the things are becoming more and more complicated? The content of the package, one package, 1 million package, the 1 million items in the package. No, we pass through this stage of reasoning. So depending on what you think, if you think of one bird, what is the source of existence of this bird? How complicated it is, regardless of it is being complicated or not, the agent must be absolute, must have absolute quality, right? In order to be able to create a bird. Or if you think about the existence of 1 trillion galaxies, now the numbers are increasing. In my youth, the galaxies each galaxy had approximately 1 million stars. Now, in my mid-age, the galaxies started having at average 1 billion stars. Now, new astronomy claims galaxies have 1 trillion stars. Increasing. Why do you think? People are discovering the most sophisticated aspect of the universe. So the number is increasing, right? Trillion, okay. There is a center which studies these astronomical events, released that no, 1 billion wasn't the right word, 1 trillion. Okay. Have a good journey, you can go further and further. Doesn't matter, you cannot get the end of the existence anyways. No, it is impossible. When when you get the end of existence, what happens? Non-existence doesn't exist. you are in existence. So there is logically, it doesn't make sense. So as the Quran says, you cannot get out of the edges, limits of this universe. Oh man. I'm speaking as an atheist now, okay? This Muhammad was a very clever man. How did he know that the universe doesn't have any edge, end, limits, without limits? Challenged. 1400 years passed, and the tools, the scientific discoveries using very powerful lenses is still saying the same thing. We cannot get to the end of the universe. So Muhammad was an illiterate man. I don't know. He must have dreamt of it. But the dream is always within the universe. What is the cause of existence of this dream? You understand? Even still, it needs an agent to create it. So anything in this universe exists. Whatever exists needs a cause of existence, isn't it? Logical? Yeah. So again, this man's book, I'm speaking as an atheist, okay? Don't say that this man is irrespectful to our prophets or something. No, as an atheist. So this man's book claims that even if you think one atom, it is an instant event, timeless. Yeah, we call it zero. Yeah. Zero time means what? No time. Is it? So if I say zero book on this table, what does it mean?
No book.
No book. Yeah. So zero time means no time. Yeah. Because we understand that time is a notion after the things are in existence. Right? Before the things comes into existence, we cannot talk about time and space. Logically, we are all speaking now logically, okay? So, because we want to be logically convinced. So, now, instantly becomes into existence as he wills, as the Quran says, إِنَّمَا أَرَادَ شَيْئًا أَنْ يَقُولَ لَهُ كُنْ فَيَكُنْ. Kun fayakun is translated be and it is. It means willed and it is. Now, let's imagine 1 trillion galaxies. The existence of galaxies for the absolute agent of the creation of galaxies. How long does it take? I'm not talking about an atom. Zero, timeless, instant. Huh? That's willed and it is. So let's think about all creation at the same time. And not 1 trillion galaxy. All creation, whatever it is, whether we know or we don't know, regardless of the number and because number, I said I'm not happy with numbers. So I'm happy with zero and infinite. So regardless of the numbers, regardless of the sophistication, perfection, whatever it is, doesn't matter, instant. So what are we going to do with it? Now, if I tell you something magical here, mysterious, my existence in this world, starting from my journey as I experience it now, I am experiencing, I am here in this existence, although getting old, but out of my control. So I have been experiencing my life, not zero time, 70 years. 70 multiplied by 365 days. And if you multiply it by hours, times 24, like one can do the maths. And if you multiply by seconds times 60, if you multiply by it, because I'm going to get closer to instant to understand, by million, nanosecond. Yep. And you will have a huge number, okay? I have been experiencing many, almost uncountable stages of my existence. Still, I didn't say instant. Small amount of time, but not instant. Zero. Right. Do you see the contradiction here? The contradiction between what? My logical conclusion, as far as the cause of existence of the universe is concerned, says absolute. My experience says within the universe, a long journey, not absolute, a long journey. Every instant I am renewed. Every instant I am renewed. It means one is infinite, the other one is countable. It means, how do you say, particular. When you come to the particular things, they are experiencing certain time period. We are not experiencing instant existence here. We are endless. We are experiencing, be careful here, endless instances of existence. Isn't that contradictory? For us, just the opposite of the source of existence. The source of existence is absolute. I am going through numbers of existence. How are we going to, what is the benefit of this way of thinking? The one who gave existence to the universe exists for the one who gave existence. He said, I am going to prepare a package. In this package, the universe will exist. All right? As we experience here in our life experience, many items. Oh no, look at the bird there. Oh, there is another egg. And that, I would say, baby bird hatched the egg and came out and started. Well, lots of things are going on in time. Be careful. In time, according to the absolute being or to me? Me, obvious, isn't it? Endless time for me, no time for the creed. Now, I promised last week that this class, we will talk about divine determining. What is it to do with it? Okay, everything, it has everything to do with divine determining. We have to be very careful when we talk about any event that puzzles us. What's going on in this world? Why the children are dying? Why I keep praying, and there is no answer to it. And good people are being harmed, and bad people, bad people are doing something bad, and it is permitted. Where is God when Holocaust happened? Oh, lots of questions, isn't it? Oh, what are we talking? We don't know what we are talking, really. We are not aware of what we are talking. We just are speaking. Look at this. Where is God when Holocaust happened? When earthquake happened? Millions of people killed each other during the world wars, first and second. 60 million were killed. People were killed. How come God accepts this? No. Where is God when a certain thing happens? What does it mean? Now, certain things means some item within the package, right? So, what the package includes in it, I am following it within time, because package includes space and time at the same time, right? Do you understand this? Package, universe, doesn't exist only at the space dimension. Universe exists at the space and time dimension, isn't it? So, for the absolute source of existence, his comprehension of everything within the package is an instant knowledge. It means, if I say, where is God when earthquake happened? What do you mean by earthquake? Is an item within the package, right? So God's knowledge, the Creator's knowledge, with the Quran and other scriptures call it God. Yeah. So everybody understands what I mean by God. Yeah. So the Creator, by definition, must be, logical definition must be absolute. So for the Creator, everything is there, right? So in the package. For me, as if, you like the flash drive, the light?
Flash drive, yeah.
Yeah, flash drive example. Everything is in the flash drive. I am watching it, and I say, it is flash drive. Let's say big flash drive. Example. Okay. You know, what is in it took me 3 hours. Come on, nowadays, 3 days, even, or maybe more. So you can load on it. In a very powerful flash drive, you can load a film. Sorry?
More data. You can load more data.
How much, for example? 1 month? Well, you can watch it. 1 month. I say, it took me a month to see what is in the flash drive. Flash drive says, you idiot man, it is there instantly. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? It's a good example. The universe is there. Whatever in it is already is the result of the will of the Creator. Everything is there. So when the Quran example, most of us is, I don't know whether everybody, but most of us is familiar with the content of the Quran. Quran says, narrate some miraculous events, order, which we see that this is not in the order. What is told here, for example, in this chapter, extraordinary thing. Yeah. Very powerful elephant is defeated by bird. Extraordinary, isn't it? Or other examples, there are many. As we told before, many examples are mentioned in the Quran like this, miracles. Not only in the Quran, the other scriptures also full of miracles, miracle narrations. So we said, how is it possible? Now, from the beginning, those people who were here at the very beginning of this class, we said the problem arises among the people maybe Muslims, maybe Jews, maybe Christians. I mean, let's talk about monotheistic religions which base their argument on revelation. It means God's speech. It means a speech which comes from God's knowledge. And says, oh, there are miraculous events here. Okay, I am a man, human being. Look, do you know what I'm going to do 1 hour later? Does anybody know? Does anybody know what I'm going to do? For example, 2 hours later, you may guess. But do you know? Because most of the time we drive together, so they gave me the right. So they say you may guess. But afterwards, you don't know. How about my creator? The creator, by definition, must be beyond time and space. He must be the source of existence of everything within the package. So, I don't know what will happen tomorrow. How about the creator? Creator's knowledge must include. If it is the creator, it must know it. Because the creator is not subject to time. It is the source of existence of time and space. So within this existence, the package of existence, do you think we can guarantee that this package of existence, the universe, it means the order, the universe, do you think is subject to my experience only? That's a very crucial question. Is subject to my experience of the universe only? It means a flash drive has, let's say, 30 days film loaded on it, and I experience only 2 minutes in it, compared, not the 2 minutes, really 1 second maybe, as compared the life of the universe, even not 1 second. You know, it's universe is so huge, and time-wise also billions of years. So compared to my 70 years is nothing. So 1 second in it. So do I guarantee that my life within this period, what I experience in the universe, consisted of that I am experiencing every aspect of the order of the universe? No. So, but the creator must have encompass everything. Otherwise, it cannot be the creator, the giver of existence. Whatever it is, it must have this within his package. So, do you think the creator of the package, in which one item is me, right? Okay, me, know what I am going to do next year? Do you know? No. Next year, you don't know whether I am still in this world or not. So, but does he logically expected to know?
Must know.
Must know. Yeah, must know. So if he says these people are not going to believe, yeah, for example, in the Quran says these people are not going to believe, or whatever, the prophet or somebody, you know, the address of the reader of the Quran, the address of the Quran, the one who reads the Quran, but in the Quran or in the other scriptures, doesn't matter. Don't bother about them. Oh, do you think God has already decided to put a stamp on their heart, as the expression of the Quran says, so that they cannot choose anyways other than their own will. Do you understand? No. But it's clear. So, yeah, I don't know. I am watching the film. But the maker of the flash drive must know. So he can tell what will happen 1 million years later because it is within the packet. And he can say something will change in the order of the universe as you experience it. As you experience it. Is it possible that the preparer of the or the creator of the package says 10 years later, 1,000 years later, something will be created within the package, not as you are accustomed with. Possible?
Sure.
Not you are accustomed with. Now, within your 1 second life, well, compared to 1 month flash drive. So, by definition, the things may occur not within the order that I experienced, but something different. The preparer of the package must know it. I may not know it. Is it possible logically?
Of course, it is possible.
Yeah? Okay. If anybody
Is it-
finds hard to accept this, logically I'm talking. Yep. Is it? Anyone who finds this hard to accept? Anyone? Wait, no. Sorry?
I feel like it's a trick question.
Trick question?
Yes.
No, it's not trick.
It reminds me of our discussion last week about the idea of is God capable of everything?
No. But okay, that's a good point. If we bring the concept of God without establishing, which we, in our classes, we call them without qualifying God, any argument is false. You have to qualify God. What we have been doing today, qualifying what we mean by the word God. Right? After this qualification, if you conclude that, logically conclude that the creator of the universe must be absolute, and when I say God, if I mean the absolute being, then absolute being must know everything with my terminology here or somewhere else, today or yesterday or tomorrow. Must know. Now, I say, yeah, it's possible. It is possible, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So after qualification, without narration, which is the condition of this class, when you receive the reminders, there is a sentence there which says, we would like to hear your ideas, but never narrate what you heard. Your own conclusion, give the reason. What was the reason to come to this conclusion? Right. So, for the one who gave existence to the universe, everything must be known before. For me before, not for him before. for me before. Everything must be known before it happens or long time before happened, that it is not within my knowledge. It is logically possible. So when it comes to, for example, divine determining, right? That is the promise we talked about last week, that we are going to study the divine determining. Now, if somebody or if God says, I know what you are going to do tomorrow, one thing, and at the same time, God says, you have a free will to choose whatever you want. No, that is not acceptable, because I have a free will, whatever I want, and the Creator says, I know what you are going to do tomorrow, but I haven't done it. This is the argument and a serious thinking man put forward to me. Before I practice my free will, the thing did not happen. Look at the logic, okay? So if a thing did not happen, but we will see the fallacy of this reasoning, okay? How the Creator would know it? It didn't happen. Okay. What is the trick here?
Trick here is we're experiencing life sequentially. We're
So-
existing in the frame of time.
My free choice tomorrow did not happen. According to what?
To us.
According to me, not according to the Creator of the whole packet. Yeah. What is the solution or understanding? There is no contradiction, because we are talking. My free will, I will choose, and God's free will has decided the whole universe at the same time, space and time. So I am going to choose, and freely, as far as I'm concerned, but freely choice of mine, okay, my, careful here, my freely choice is known by the Creator of the universe.
It's a hard one to digest.
Sorry. So, no. Let me put it in a more plain words. My free choice is known to the Creator before I experience it. Does it? Okay. My free exercise of free choice known to the Creator before I experience it. Okay.
I'm not, I don't get that part.
Okay.
I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Okay. If you understand, okay. It means you don't agree. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, I guess there's a difference between saying the possibility, like, I can choose from the choices that I find myself with, and to say that, like, for example, once I leave this room, there's that door and this door, so the possibility of two doors is there.
For you,
You
yeah.
can say the Creator or any like logical entity would know that I can choose only from these two options.
Yeah.
So they know that I'll leave either from that or this.
No, you can choose the window and come sit down. You are free.
Yeah.
Okay. There is another option, third option.
That is true.
Okay.
Knowing what my options are, how can I say that this, absolute entity must know which choice I will choose? It should know what my choices are because those choices are almost given existence by that absolute one. But how will it know which choice I will choose? Now I understand the whole, like, diving deeper into detail of the inclination. Like, I don't want to choose the window, I want to
Yeah.
choose the door.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
out of question. Forget about that
Yeah.
aspect, because the inclination, but what you are going to choose
Yeah.
is already within the packet, isn't it?
Yes, the possibility, but I have not chosen it.
But
So
you don't know. But what the confusion comes? Come on, you can speak, but I understood
yeah,
where
no,
you
I
are
think
going
I've
to.
done, yeah.
So you can freely choose. That is what you are free will is.
Yeah.
But it is not decided what you are going to choose by the creator of the package, but it is known to the creator, so the package is arranged accordingly. Now, the package is arranged with the absolute source of existence. Qasim is going to choose this door rather than this door, right? So, what we are experiencing now, do we have time? We have another stage of reasoning. Okay, we need to do that. When we choose, what happens? That's one thing, one stage must be established as well. Now, do I choose something which does not exist? Well, question one.
Cannot.
Yeah. Do I choose something which doesn't exist? For example, there are two doors. Okay, I can choose one of them, prefer one of them to another. Okay, but can I choose something which doesn't exist within the package? Ah, when I, yep,
What about the future?
sorry,
What about the future? Can you choose something for the future?
future?
Yes.
For you, future doesn't exist. You cannot choose about future. It doesn't exist.
But like manifestation.
Which manifestation?
To manifest something in the future.
I want to make sure my hearing is perfect. So
To manifest something in the future. That's what
How
you said.
can that be a
I
part of something?
can you choose something which will happen tomorrow? Now, choose. Show me an example.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, happen tomorrow, but it is in the package. Eh? Don't forget the flash drive example. Can you choose something now which will happen tomorrow? You will see tomorrow. You will experience tomorrow. But the creator's knowledge is out of question. It's established, absolute. But now, what we are experiencing here, only given options at the moment we are existing. Now, nothing else. Can you choose something from the past? Can you choose something from the future? Choose. Show me an example. It's an excellent challenge. Yeah.
You want to do something. You want to do something like jump out of a plane. What do they
Sorry?
call that? Parachuting.
Jumping out,
Skydiving. There you go.
Sorry?
skydiving, jumping.
Okay.
Let's say you want to do that, but you don't know when. And
Yeah,
just
okay.
choose that I'm going to do this. I don't know when,
Yeah,
but I'm going to do
But
this.
you are deciding now that I'm going to do skydiving. But
Let's
are you
say-
doing it now?
No.
No. Only the things, the material things in this world is created. You can choose among them. Not now. But your decision right now is happening right now in the form of imagination or wish or hope, not in reality. So in the physical form, because you are given the opportunity to imagine, you are using it. For example, you may use skydiving, I may use driving. Imagination is happening right now. But physical existence that you will experience within the package will take when you do it physically. And you will choose which, for example, tool or vehicle you are going to take for skydiving. When it is given to you, when it is not given to you, you cannot do it. Now, what we are doing now we have to understand that we are choosing instantly, not from past, yesterday, not from tomorrow. Let's come now. Not from 1 hour ago's existence, not 1 hour later's existence. Let's excuse the time. Not 1 minute ago's existence, not 1 minute later's existence. What am I choosing now? Whatever exists right now for me. So do we see that we are choosing the whatever instantly exists from among whatever instantly exists? So you see, we are skewed to, let's say, a time limit which goes to infinite. This is what I mean. Oh, no, it goes to zero. But we are experiencing it's not zero as far as we are concerned. We are experiencing, but we are experiencing very, very limited time period in existence. Right? When I choose, can I choose? Now, this is the second part of the discussion, stage 2. Stage 1, I choose only from among what is existent. Stage 2, when I choose, what do I do? From among created things. Now, can I create anything which did not exist? No, only what is created. Right? Yeah.
What if there's an option that you don't know that exists, but it's there? You just don't.
But
It's
you
still a
are not
choice.
choosing that. Can you choose something which you didn't know? But it is there, but as far as your choice is concerned, you are only choosing from among what is already available for you within your scope of free will. You cannot choose, for example, the sun, come this way, for example. You cannot say this, eh? Can you choose sun to be there rather than there? Can you?
Son? No.
No. Okay. But can I choose my glasses? There, no, it is not safe, I can put it here. Can I do that? Because it exists here. And when I do this, I have chosen from among already created things in an instant time limit. Now, as far as look, but be careful here. It is a very important point now. It's a very real fine point now. Look, when I decide to choose something, as far as my experience is concerned, very careful here, please. As far as my experience here is concerned, when I decide to choose something, for example, what's going on? My hand is going, it is a slow motion, okay? My hand is going like this, like this, like this. What is happening? Nanoseconds are happening. Yes? What the creation is taking within time. No, as far as the universe, my experience we are talking now, is taking within time. So I wanted to take it right now, and nanosecond time later, my hand was there. Now, what is the significance of this matter? We have to be very careful. I am choosing in the what is the word? Best word? In the form of one thing. One thing I want. When I want something, because of the free will I am given to me, I want something, but the second moment is created, am I the creator of second moment? That is a very fine point. Am I the creator of second moment? I am wanting a new universe is created because the time-wise universe is endless, continuously changing. Universe is already changed. Am I creating the universe at that time, second moment? What is happening here? We have to be very careful. I choose, but I don't create.
Choosing all the time.
I am choosing only from among what is created, but whatever I choose, the second moment is not created by me. Oh, what's happening? Exercising the free will, nothing but one thing. This is the exercise. Free will, the conclusion is stage 3. Free will cannot create, cannot claim the act of creation. Free will cannot claim the act of creation. All right.
I have a question. How do you know that a new universe was created and not just that like God knew what?
So,
How do you know that a new universe was created and not just that like God knew what you
so
like? That
how do you know that the
So
creator?
you know, you finished, but
My interpreter.
how do you know that a new universe was created? But
Instead of there being like the
But it
universe.
is in the package, isn't it? When you say, don't forget the package has space and time all together at once.
No, but how do you know that it wasn't just one universe where God knew that you would like go back and forth, like in that universe already, instead of a new?
So, but don't you see that the universe is continuously changing? Don't you see that you are continuously aging?
Yeah, but how do you know that like that aging isn't already in that one universe?
In that one
Yeah,
universe?
like why do we assume that?
Can you, excuse me, but I love this kind of questions, but speaks a little bit slowly so that, and loud and slowly, I can follow you.
Why do you assume that there are many like continuous universes that keep changing instead of one universe where God already knew like
So,
every action?
okay, the one universe, but can you imagine one universe with space and time together, which is called space-time existence? Time is there in the package. I am the, remember, flash drive example. Now, this is the flash drive now. There are 30 days of film here. You are going through the film. It's a flash drive, but you are experiencing only what
One frame,
frame
one scene.
at a time, not 2 frames at a time. So I know that, I understand that because of the existence of this universe needs, definitely, logically necessitates that the one who brought into existence this universe must have absolute quality. Absolute quality encompasses time and space, regardless of how huge is it, doesn't matter. It takes one moment, one will. I want a universe to exist from the beginning to the end like this. Creator, there is no example of creatorship in this universe. So we have to only logically conclude. We cannot experientially conclude an act of creation, but we only experience the result of it. Look at the universe. Is there any complication between, for example, the earth? Let's say earth is not simple, but let's say earth is very simple to create. So it's easy for me, but not the creator. How about what is going on in a cell is whoosh. So it is more difficult. Can you say that? Can you? For the creator. For me, yes. For the creator, no. So absolutely no. For me, absolutely yes. So that's what we understand, that endless universes means for me one universe together with time dimension is for the absolute creator. So it is there. So what I am experiencing moment by moment of the universe. So I am disabled, and I am unable to say any time fraction to distinguish that we are experiencing every second. No. Every nanosecond. No. Constant existence. That's my experience. Constant existence. Constant. Look. Continuum. Constant continuum, if you like. So some scholars used continuous existence, continuous creation. Every moment is a kun. Now, kun means be. Yeah, in the Quranic language, be. Now, for the creator, we are coming to the conclusion now. For the creator, there is one be. For me, sorry? Endless, uncountable bees. Not the bee which flies, bee in inverted commas and S. For me, uncountable. For him, one. That's what we have to understand. Because of the word in the Quranic language, shay'an, nekre. You know this grammar, nekre. That's it. Explains everything. One grammar rule applied in the Quran explains everything. So the once somebody wanted to talk, you
I have a
and
question.
okay, let's okay.
So
You can talk anytime.
what
Yeah.
about free will?
Free will, yes.
Right? If the choices are limited and predetermined,
I
right?
said limited, we have to understand, look,
Mhm.
the area wise, yes, but not the power is limited. Free is not limited. It means we have to know that people confuse here. Freedom of the human choice is limitless, but exercise area, field of the free choice is limited. People replace it. People say, but you don't have an absolute free will. Absolute will, they don't say free will. Because free by definition is free. But as far as the knowledge of the creator is concerned, he must give me the freedom. I can choose anything I want within the field. Within the field. So do you feel a kind of compassion on you when you practice your free will? Within the field. For example, you want to drink your water in the glass or in the cup. So do you see that you prefer to hold it, but as long as, God forbid,
Yes.
there is something wrong with your arm, is there somebody pulling it back? No, I didn't decide in this way. Wait until my decision comes. You see, practically absolute freedom. But as I gave our friend here the example of, can you stop the sun? Can you stop the earth rotating on its own? Yeah? No. Can you stop your cells to function in your body? No. So, but you can choose what? Within the order. For example, if you use a medicine or again, existing within the universe, something existing within the universe, and swallow it, let's say it causes what is congestion,
Congestion.
congestion, that the blood doesn't run.
Coagulation.
Say it.
Coagulation.
One person. Yeah. Coagulation.
Coagulation.
one person.
Velocity.
This sister started saying it, so I want to learn from her.
Coagulation.
Coagulation, coagulation, tamam, coagulation.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. This is my English. So coagulation within the universe again. The medicine cannot bring anything which does not exist within the universe. Find this out, applies it there. You are free to do that. Yeah, this is within the order. It's an example now. It is known by the Creator. That's what the Creator says. What in the Quran? What the Creator says? No one can know my knowledge except I reveal. Now, 100 years ago, maybe 1,000 years ago, maybe the Muslim scholars were talking about the blood circulation, something like that. So let's go 10,000 years ago, people didn't know. Although it exists within the universe, the order of the universe. We are discovering step by step as to the will of the Creator that, okay, you can discover this. You can discover this within the universe, within the order, which is the manifestation of the knowledge of the Creator. Creator knows what he has, must know what he has created. Right? So we must make sure that we choose what we cannot create. We choose only from among what is created. And our choice is absolutely free, but this is already known by the preparer, creator of the package.
And what if we want to learn the order faster, the order of the universe? Can we learn the order of the universe at a faster pace?
Sorry?
Can we learn the order of the universe at a faster pace?
It depends on your relationship with the order. You may, go ahead, try. Because you can discover what is already existing anyways. So can you bring something which does not exist in the universe?
So what about into your into your space? Can you bring something that's in the universe into your life, or
Can you bring something that's in the universe into your experience?
No, if it is within the field that your free will can exercise, yes. Otherwise, no. I mean, look, I have to repeat here. The field is limited for the free will, but freedom of the free will is not limited. That is the confusion. Most of the time, people keep talking about God is free. God knows. Since God knows what is going, why did He give me this? Why did He not create the good ones than the bad ones? You don't know bad as you experience it. You have to encounter with it and use your free will to interpret it. So try to understand what is the wisdom in its creation, because it's already in the packet. It's already in the packet, and this packet is prepared by the one who has absolute power, absolute knowledge, absolute will. By definition. That's why it is necessary to go this stage first, and then come to the word, my logical conclusion is absolute power. Time, please. Oh. So absolute power, absolute knowledge, etc. So we have to understand that there is no contradiction between the absolute will and knowledge of the Creator and limitless, infinite freedom for my free will. That's the point. Right? Does it make sense?
Yeah, I'm just, if, okay. Does the creator then already judge us before we've
No.
acted, taken our act, because the creator knows what we're going to do already before we've even done it?
So, but you say before we didn't got it, we didn't do it. It is your experience. God's knowledge is absolute. He judges according to what you are going to practice within your conditions, within the package. Freely choose. So your freely choice is known by the Creator, but it doesn't mean that you are choosing according to God's knowledge. God, that is one thing that the religious people cannot use and find it difficult to say. God's knowledge is subject to my free choice. Because, how come? Yeah, He gave me the freedom to choose within a limit. Yeah, that's why religious people say, how God is subject to my choice? He gave me this ability and His knowledge prior to my experience within the package doesn't prevent His knowledge, limit His knowledge. Because He said, I'm going to give you freedom, but with my absolute power, I know what you are going to choose. Accordingly, I will arrange the universe package accordingly. So the package of the universe has been prepared by Him according to my free exercise of free will, so that I cannot see anything preventing me that I am going to practice it. For example, you are doing this now, I do as well. So, did somebody force you to do that? No. Did somebody or something prevent you to do that? For example, this is a choice. You are experiencing free choice, but this free choice is already known within the package. The creator of the package know it with his absolute knowledge. What is the problem? Problem is we cannot comprehend the content of absolute. But we can confirm logically that the creator must have absolute power, absolute knowledge. Although seems to be contradictory, from my perspective, I said I am zero. When logically I think about the source of existence, I said it must be absolute. That is also contradictory, zero or absolute, depending on which perspective you are talking. What people do, those people who really confuse about the divine determining, they think of themselves and attribute it to God. They think of God's position and attribute their existence, their practice, to Him. Contradiction is inevitable. Which perspective you are talking about, make sure when you say God knows means absolute knowledge, must know. When you say I don't know what will happen tomorrow, yes, zero doesn't know what will happen tomorrow. As far as the zero knowledge is concerned, yeah. So freedom is free, but God knows it before I experience it. Let's say the preparer of the flash drive, creator of the flash drive. Does the creator know what is in it? Creator. Do I know what is in it unless I stage by stage experience it? So make sure if someone argues, divine determining means absolute will creating the universe at once. That is the key point of this class. So we choose, we cannot create. That's it. It's another key point. So think about everything in between. You will have no problem with what is going on in the universe. Something is happening as not within my experience of the peace of the universe, because we experience almost 70, 80, 100 years, whatever. Yeah, I'm expending 100. So, yeah, but if the question needs a long discussion, no answer, because we have to stop because the guard says 8 o'clock is the last. Although it is, he gave us half an hour anyways. He gave us, okay. So the question?
Let me think about it.
Okay, think about it. It is better because rather than squeezing to the last moment. So with this, is your mind comfortable? What we have to?
Almost.
No,
Okay. Sorry?
no. This,
I just have one comment really quickly. I think I was struggling with this concept too, but then I remembered that God is timeless. And we are looking at life in a chronological
No, you are defining. Look.
Does that go with it?
So, okay, I didn't hear you whole. So, said, we talk about God is timeless. What does it mean?
As in, like, it's not that God knows, like, every step we take. It's like the reason he knows is because he already has seen all of time. But
Yeah.
we're restricted to, like, humankind's concept.
So,
Does that make
with the
sense?
human time,
We're
what was?
restricted to the
Okay.
human
Yeah, 'cause
concept of
Yes.
Like, we have a very minute understanding of time, and that's what's hard for us to, like, grasp this concept.
So we have a very limited experience of existence.
Yes.
So the source of existence has already. We said another main conclusion of this today's class was, for God there is one be. For me, endless, infinite beings. Right? That's so simple. So if someone argues about the divine determination with you, you just simply say, okay, let's make every sentence clear. When the person says something concerning God, hey, absolute or not, stop. Don't go talking. Are you aware that you are talking about absolute? Now, when the person speaks about his experience, okay, what your existence in reality that you are experiencing only an instant. Yesterday is only in your memory, not anymore that you are experiencing. Gone. Remembrance exists right now. That's correct. Your memory exists right now, but what you remember about yesterday doesn't exist for you. Not for the creator, for you. So simple, isn't it? Tomorrow you can imagine about everything tomorrow. Your imagination exists right now. What you are imagining about tomorrow. But what you are imagining or what you have imagined right now, did not physically experienced, is physically experienced by you. Tomorrow will come and experience. So imagination exists now, memory exists now, but physical experience in the past, in the future, not within your experience area. So simple.
it seems that everything is already in existence. Like when we talk about the analogy
From
of the-
God's perspective, not for my perspective. From my perspective, I am experiencing only instant moment. Yep.
I'm experiencing the movie. God has flashlight.
So just the only thing is we have to make sure from which perspective we are speaking. So Muslim scholars, let me tell you something. Muslim scholars decided that all confusions, I don't know whether other philosophers did that, I don't remember. Well, I don't know all philosophies, of course, just a few fractions of things here and there I read. So Muslim scholars decided all the confusions of understanding of human beings emanates from, derives from, arises from confusion of the perspective we are talking about. So if you are expert on theology, if you see Muslim scholars quarreling with each other, fighting with each other, theoretically, you can look at it and you can understand the problem easily, saying that, oh, he is talking about the subject from God's perspective. He is talking about the subject from human perspective. This is not clear. That's why the vocabularies or concepts are being mixed up. And they keep talking. So there is no argument as far as the divine determining is concerned. Only if only we are careful not to confuse the perspectives. That's very simple.
I get the big idea that for me, there's endless B, but from the creator's perspective, it's just B. I understand that, but like the details inside of it, like I have endless choices to choose from. And when I choose something, like obviously it gets created for me, but it seems to me that there's like a pattern that I'll be walking through. Like
for you,
let's look at these lines, right? So maybe I'll walk through that line, but like, and that would be created, but like, now again, if I may be talking from God's perspective, like how on earth would you know that I'll use my free will with this one? To me, in the flash drive, I'm presented all that, so I'm like free to walk this one or that one. Like, how would you know I'll walk this one? Although I understand that it will be created.
Instantly, not will be created is not on you. Creation is not on you. Don't forget about it. Anyways, you choose. Only you choose from among what is given to you right now. Imagination and expectations are also exists right now. For example, I may say I'm going to walk on the roof, but I may not notice the end of the roof. I may fall down, but I didn't expect it. No, but my reality is there. So classical scholarship gives the example of this difference. With this example, an ant is walking here. We are going to stop. We are going to stop in a minute. Not no, less than a minute. Yeah? The ants are talking. An ant is talking from here. Just to make the distinction, they didn't have flash drive that time, unfortunately. So, as far as the ant is concerned, does he know what will happen here? No. But as far as you are concerned, do you know?
Yes.
Yeah. That is what the way they try to make the case from God's perspective, from human experience perspective, makes this kind of difference.
But how would I know that the ant is gonna go towards the left
No,
side
no,
or
no.
that side?
But as a knowledge, you are not absolute knowledgeable one. But as far as your life experience is concerned, you can imagine that an ant is going this way, this way, this way, and then from here they cannot go on the table
That analogy
anymore.
makes sense, but at the same
Sorry?
time, how would the absolute know the thing from
Yeah,
endless
okay.
possibility I'll choose?
So okay,
The free will.
absolute knowledge has already given the existence from his perspective the whole package at once.
So it knows
B-
already my free will, what I'm gonna choose.
Yes.
Oh, he knows you're
He knows
freely
all the
what you are going
factors
to
of your
choose.
choice.
He knows.
Freely choose what you are going to choose. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا الا هو هديتنا انك انت العليم الحكيم واخر دعواهم ان الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمه سر سوره الفاتحه.
Any announcements?
Now, inshallah, sorry.
Any announcements?
An announcement Saturday in Woodhaven. Next Monday, we are going to study the
Wednesday.
chapter Falak. So نقول عن رب الفلق, those are whisperings, etc. Magical things are going on there. We are going to study that subject next week, next Monday, Wednesday, inshallah. 6:30. Class starts at 6:30. Thank you very much.